Okay, good morning, guys. I haven't been on in a while, and let's move some of this stuff out of the way. This whole model room is tight and small as this is. I was filling it with boxes and moving stuff around. Knocked this off, and it knocked all my wheels off. So it's kind of back to the drawing board with this one. Here the wheels are and stuff right here. And was working with my tooth infections and stuff and I'll show you what I've been doing. And it worked out great because it's been about a month now. Here it is here. Triple antibiotic ointment. I brush my teeth real good, get all the stuff out of my cavities, and then I fill the cavities full of the triple antibiotic ointment, and it took the infections out. So I have some in right now, in fact. I had been using salt and laying on my side with salt, for years I was doing that when the infections would pop up and stuff. So I would always use salt to get that out, but not now. I've been using the antibiotic stuff, so that works even better. And I can, be up moving around and all my fun stuff. Okay. I'll show you how my cougar's turning out. I clear coated the body on the Woody and did all the nice body work and everything to this. Did all the body work and everything to this one here. And I painted it. Ended up with a big flaw right here in the candy blue, and I'm trying to touch it up with a popsicle stick, and that got ugly. Here's a real nasty, ugly spot. I got it in here to my bench, all done, perfect, flawless, both of these. And somehow this flipped up and stuck right to the side of this one here when I just painted it. So once I color sanded it the next day, and then I'm just done with models for a while because flaw like that pretty much set me back, and I didn't want to mess with models for a little while. So I didn't. I went on to other stuff like working on my lathe. There'd been, I'll put this over here. On my lathe, there had been, the gears broke. They're plastic. It's this big one here. And it broke the center of this out on my automatic feed. When you engage the cutting bit into your steel and then you engage your automatic feed, this one goes the speed that it'll cut for you all the way down the side. And you can change up the gears, and you can make it cut threads for you. It can do all sorts of really fun stuff. This has been my micrometer forever and a day. I've used this, and years ago I would sand it and I'd put some black paint in there and everything else. But if you noticed, you go to close it, you go to put it on something. Well, maybe I can do it like this. See, that alone makes your measurements not very good. And so I was using this for outside diameters and stuff, but I just got this in from Amazon, and it works really good. Let me see. It claims, and it turns on immediately, and then you can shut it off. You can change it over from inches to metric millimeters. It claims it's made out of carbon fiber. If I believe that, I have some property on the moon I'd like to sell. Ow. Anyway, move all that stuff out of the way. Anyway, I've been working on my lathe. The automatic feed was seized on one of the pillow block bearings, and I've had it since 2000. So I've had it 24 years, and I didn't realize that you have to grease those pillow blocks. Anyway, I took it all apart, sanded the steel, got all the burrs, anything out of it from it seizing up. And what we got there? We got my. All right. This is what I've been wanting to work on for a long time. Okay, I was working on the lathe, getting it all up and running and everything else. But I want to mic the inside diameter of a 32. This was designed by Wyatt Earp with Ivor Johnson. It's called the Defender. It's 17, was it black powder, 1776? And I want to switch it over since it's, poor, a very poorly made steel. You can't put any kind of modern anything in it. So I've had this for a long time. It's a pellet gun, and a 22 caliber pellet gun, so it's rifled really nice. And I want to mic it down and use it on the lathe, and then put it, turn this over into a 22. So I haven't done any of that. It's just in the works. But I want to show you guys what I've been up to. Mostly working on the lathe and getting my infections out of my teeth and all that other fun stuff. And I was working on Tammy's car yesterday. I used some leather stuff, leather cleaning stuff on the interior, and I want to get my hot glue gun stuff out. There we go, got it out. And glue my wheels back on. But I want to get back onto doing all that. There we go. Back onto doing all that and this too. I feel ambitious enough and well enough, almost not really to do much physical anything. But I want to start working back in here. So like I said, this has all been piling up with boxes in here. Since this flipped over and stuck to the side of this, it didn't seem to damage the woody body. I don't see where it stuck to it, but boy, yeah, it would have been this side. Yeah, but it did a lot of damage to my Cougar, and I love that Cougar. I've had that thing for years. I built it into the Cougar that I used to have. So the interior, the wheels, all that is all stuff that was the car that I had, the 68, that was mint, absolutely spotless and perfect. I even put a new transmission in it. I had the shifter linkage kind of messed up. It was in the middle of winter, 60 below zero wind chill when I put the tranny in, out in the country where there was nothing slowing the wind down. But anyway, yeah, my dad forced me to get rid of it that day. Must sell that day without advertising it or anything. Got $10 that day for it. So I had a fortune wrapped up in the car. But anyway, I did get a $5 bill the next Friday. So there's that. Okay, guys. What else? Yeah, I wanted to show you that micrometer. I'm pretty tickled about that. I'll be able to take some really good measurements, hopefully, because I'm not well versed on 0.56. I'm sure 5 means half an inch, but anyway, it'll be a lot better than this one. That one's one I've been using for years. Yeah, so there's that. Anyway, I just want to show you that I have been doing stuff. And I saw on Old Tom's, let's see. Yeah, Old Tom has been working on a group build. Let me see if I can get this right. A Charlie Max group build. And I didn't even know there was one going on. I watched Charlie Mack all the time. I've been a little bit behind the times here for the last month. The 19th of April, I was not feeling good at all. On the 20th of April, I used drawing salve in all my cavities and tried to pull it out. But once I got the antibiotic stuff, then it was just a matter of time before I got ahead of it. And yeah, now I'm doing way, way better. Once the antibiotics got started, I don't even mess with the salt anymore. On many of my videos, you'd hear me spitting. I was spitting the salt out. I mean, I've been doing that for 10, 15, 20 years, doing the salt thing. But yeah, I don't even got to do that anymore. And yeah, and when you swallow the antibiotic stuff, then it gets into your blood system that way too. It gets into your blood both ways, through the cavities that was getting you infected, all the way to the other stuff. But yeah, that's great. Doing doing a lot of different stuff. Yeah, so I'm feeling a little bit better, but I can't do anything really physically yet. I tried to wax Tammy's car yesterday, and that's way, way too physical. It's going to take me a while to really get up to speed, I think. But I just want to keep you ahead of everything that's going on. I saw Old Tom, I think of Airplane. Man, I got a photographic memory, and I cannot quite access it right now. But Old Tom, he was finishing up his group build, and the deal was, let's see, he was finishing up the group build. He was going to be done that day, and this was 3 days ago when I watched it. And I thought, man, that'd be great. I'd like to get in on Charlie Mack's group build. And the reason why is because here where I'm at in Seneca, I'm not even 100 feet away from the shipyards where they built the TCBMs. I know I'm getting that wrong. I'm like 100 feet away from the shipyard where they built the ones that went ashore on D-Day. All those they built right here, starting about 100 feet that way from where I'm at here in Seneca, just south of Chicago, south and just a skosh west. But anyway, I'd like to, even if I got sheet styrene and made my own, even if they don't have a kit to build those, I'd like to get into building that. And it doesn't really even necessarily have to be with Charlie Mack screw build. Oh, this is interesting too. I was going to work on my Woody, and I had it on the dining room table next to my chair. And my little kitten, he jumped up and clawed into it in like 4 places. Then he had it on his claws, and he was eating it off his claws. And well, I looked over, he's jumping straight in the air about 2 feet. Well, here he had punctured through my model glue. So yeah, it might even be as hard as a rock by now, but I've wrapped it, I've taped it, I've done all sorts of stuff to try to save my glue because it's the very last one I don't have anymore. And here he's barking out there now to get in. But yeah, so he was chewing on it and shaking his head like the glue was getting in his mouth. And oh my goodness, I'm like, Tammy, I said, I got to go get some charcoal. So I got a little bag of charcoal. I'll put it on a piece of paper, use a spoon and smash it into powder, put it in some tuna fish and fed him real quick. And that was about a month ago. I said, we don't have any time to spare with that. You gotta really get on that quick. So I've had a lot of stuff I've been working on, but mostly just trying to get a little bit better, getting well, I think, is more important. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So, okay, guys, I think I've talked your ear off enough, and I want to get you up to speed on everything that's going on. Yeah. So, okay. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to talk to you later. Okay. Bye-bye.